Welcome to hrtech.sg's demo, our exclusive edition for September 2021, where we will be talking about how technology can be leveraged by enterprises to hire talent anywhere, anytime. And we will showcase how globalization partners help enterprises in this endeavor. A quick background, hrtech.sg embarked on the demo hour event series in 2019 to evangelize and promote use of HR technologies. The event provides a platform for HR tech providers to showcase their high-tech solutions, thereby aiding the adoption of HR tech. The event motto has always been only to showcase demos and not presentations. The first event happened in September 2019 at our WeWork facility in Suntec, Singapore. Now we have moved to an on-demand webinar format. In April, we had our demo hour session focused on organizational network analysis. May being Mental Health Awareness Month, we had our demo hour session focused on mental wellness technology providers. June being the Pride Month, we had diversity, equity, inclusivity, and belonging as a focus. And then July was all about showcasing talent development providers. August was about talent planning. With the focus now on hiring talent wherever they are located, with the onset of work from anywhere, anytime aspect, companies with employer of record model like Globalization Partners are seeing a strong traction. Globalization Partners can actually help enterprises to hire anyone, anytime, anywhere, without the legal, tax, HR burdens, and without the enterprises having to set up their own entity or subsidiary. They can actually onboard teams in 187 countries across the globe without any of the risks that were cited earlier. Globalization Partners is Privacy Shield certified for HR data and has consistently attained a very, very high customer satisfaction ratings by making it easy for companies to go global. Globalization Partners is listed in the hrtech.sg's marketplace and the Singapore HR Tech market map in the talent acquisition and subcategory employer of record. And to showcase the demonstration of the Globalization Partners platform, I'm hereby very happy to introduce Vivian. Over to you, Vivian.
Hi, I'm Vivian, a sales support specialist at Globalization Partners. So today I will run through our company's platform demonstration. I'm going to share my screen. Just to give a bit of a background, so you can see that this is an invitation for Sophia to set up her account. So Sophia's company, she is actually a head of HR for a company called Teco. The company is a quick growing tech company based in Houston and the United States. Teco actually helps you choose the best tech device with its easy to understand and detailed reviews and guides. So they've actually been actively expanding throughout the US. And they want to actually access the global talent pool and expand internationally. So Sophia has actually been trying to find talented professionals outside of the US and get them on board as soon as possible. But after locating and hiring qualified talents, she realized that the onboarding is very, very difficult. HR systems are generally very, very disjoint, and the onboarding process is very, very complicated and time consuming. So Sophia actually soon located Adam, a very qualified Australian-based professional who was a perfect fit for her growing team in the Asia Pacific region. She was very worried that the whole hiring process will take too long and she will lose out on a world-class talent like Adam. So deciding that she no longer wants to take the risk, she actually decided to partner with Globalization Partners to seamlessly and compliantly hire Adam into her dream team. So let's jump into the platform demonstration. To show you the process of setting up an account from both Teco, so Sophia's perspective, and also from Adam's perspective with onboarding. So before we start, just to give you a bit of context, so Sophia has actually signed our company's MSA, Master Services Agreement, and she has been invited through email here to welcome her to set up her account. So you can see that she just simply needs to click this button. And there's a few safe password requirements that she needs to read and comply to. And once she set up her password, there's a few action items that she needs to do in order to start onboarding Adam. So first is to add users and assign roles. So this is just the initial load. You can see there's 5 main users here. And there's actually other user types that you need to set up. But in the meantime, these are the basic ones that is sufficient for you to start onboarding Adam. So I'm going to go through them one by one. So who will be the admin of GP? So the admin will actually have the super user access to all of Globalization Partners features. They're able to onboard team members, assign managers to members, and they will get notified when a contract is signed by a team member. So I'm going to assign Teco, our company's controller, Gabrielle. And one thing to note is that you can actually assign as many users as you wish, but I'm just going to keep it simple and assign 2 for now. And now who will be the accounts payable? So this person will actually be notified with account summary invoices by email. The invoices actually do not disclose any details of team members' payroll. The payroll will only be shown to payroll approvers. So they will actually get a summary of invoices instead of full compensation details. So what do I mean by compensation details? So these are the line items such as salary, allowances, benefits in local currency and FX exchange rates, etc. I'm going to assign Gabriel again, and since we already entered his information, we can just auto quick fill. And now I'm going to jump to the invoice details. So this is what I mentioned earlier with all the compensation details. So this person, if you assign them, they will be able to see all the data regarding an individual's compensation detail. So you may want to actually restrict access according to your internal requirement. So I'm going to assign Gabriel as well. So this means that Gabriel will actually get emailed a summary of invoices, but if he wants to clarify more information, he will be able to see all the line items. And the next role is a main finance contact. So the main finance contact will only be contacted if there's a finance escalation. So what do I mean by finance escalation? It's basically if there's something, delayed in payments or something issues with the payroll, then they will get notified. So I'm going to assign our company's CFO, Jessica Fuentes, and unassign Sophia. And now the last role is a payroll approver. So they have access to team members' payroll, submit any payroll changes, and they'll get notified with any with reminder to add commissions and bonuses, which I'm going to assign the company's regional sales director, Emma. And now we have all the basic roles set up. And once we hit the send invite, they will actually get a notification similar to Sophia to welcome them to set up their account. And now Sophia has to provide company bank details. So the reason for this is that this is just the initial setup. So in order to be able to fund payrolls, we actually need to make sure that we get paid by our customers prior to that period. So they need to actually come in to input their company details. So one thing to note is that the billing currency here is in US dollar and the withdrawal method is ACH. The reason for this is Teco is a company that is located in the United States. So the currency will actually change according to the country that your company is located. So Sophia needs to enter her company address, banking details. There's an agreement that she needs to read and agree to. And once she submits her bank detail, it will take our global team 1 to 3 days for them to verify her account. And once everything is verified, she will be able to access the dashboard. So I'm going to jump a bit into the future. So you can see from the homepage of the dashboard, you can see her company has actually expanded their global footprint. By this, the shaded area are the countries that her company has a global local presence. So you can see that Canada, she has 25 active professionals, 8 in Brazil and 2 in Mali. She's onboarding 7 and terminating 3. So let's jump into the review and add countries tab. So the right-hand side is the table of all the countries that she has a presence in. On the left-hand side is basically a replica of our Globalpedia resource. So it's a free resource that you can use at any time. So you can read up about, the countries that you are interested in expanding to, but have no knowledge in. So let's use Singapore as an example. If I click into Singapore, you can see that you can read up about all the basic facts about hiring in Singapore. There's actually information about benefits in Singapore and cost of benefits. You can always download this to send to your team members or for yourself to read later. And once you're more confident about the countries that you want to enter into, you can actually schedule a call with one of our account executives. So you see here, we're actually located with Christine, our senior account executive. So your information will be automatically inputted here. You just need to simply select a time slot most suitable for you, enter all the countries that you're interested in entering into, click book, And then you can always reschedule the booking, cancel, or create a new booking. So I'm happy with this one. So I'm going to click done. And now I'm going to jump a bit into the future again. So since Sophia really wants to hire Adam as soon as possible, she just simply needs to click add team members, and then we'll go to our employment contract generator page. So this is an automatic, quick and easy way in order to get our contract out to your professionals and to get them on board and working as soon as possible. It actually reduces the standard time from a couple months to a couple weeks to actually a few days to a couple of hours in order to get a contract out. So I'm going to go through how to generate a contract. So the first step, so here's the wizard will always guide you through this. On the left-hand side, there's always information. So we'll enter Adam's basic detail. And you can see that at the bottom here, it says that benefits has not been set for team members in Australia. Recommend sending out benefits now, or you can do it later. So the reason for this is because Australia is a new country that Teco has not have a presence. So she actually needs to set up benefits first in order to be able to onboard. So here I'm actually going to set up benefits now. So one thing to note is when you set up benefits, you actually set up benefits for the country and not for the individual. So the individual can actually go on the system later on for them to select the benefit plans that they wish. So here is the benefits plan. So you can see that life insurance and travel insurance is mandatory, whereas medical bundle and pension contribution, they're optional in Australia, but commonly offered. So one good thing about using our wizard is that we actually try to give you a very holistic view about the country that you're entering into, even outside of GP's perspective. So on the left-hand side, you can always click the green button here to view more detail about the plan if you're still not sure. I'm going to select the most common one for the life insurance. And for the medical bundle, I'm also going to select the most common one. So the HCF Bronze Plus and yes to dependent coverage. And now it is a pension. So it is recommended in Australia to actually contribute to pension. High growth tech companies typically offer 10%, while small companies generally offer a small percentage like 5%. So I'm going to say yes here. And Teco, because they pride themselves as a high growth tech company, I'm going to put 10% here. And now all the benefits are done. You can see that there's no selection for you to do for travel insurance because it is actually automatically determined in Australia. So once you review anything, you just need to simply click finalize benefits and all your benefits are set. So now we go back to the dashboard. And this is one thing I really, really love about our platform. So you can always actually exit the contract generator and resume at any time. All your information will be automatically saved. So before we abandon Adam's contract to set up benefits. So now once I click resume, you can go to the page where you last ended. I have to set up Adam's employment relationship, his basic job information, because this is actually required locally. So when he starts working, if he requires a visa, compensation data. So he's not eligible for a sign-on bonus, not eligible for a bonus, commission or allowance. So one thing to note is that if you say no here, you can always change it later on. So the only thing that you cannot change is the sign-on bonus. So if you select yes for allowance, you can actually enter the amount of allowance that you want to grant Adam. So next page is the leave entitlement. So I'm going to say yes to the statutory minimum. And for the personal sick leave, you can see that there's no selection option here. It is because it is actually automatically determined in Australia. So they're entitled to 10 full days of paid sick leave. And now I'm going to say yes to the statutory minimum notice for termination of employment and no to post-employment restrictive covenant. And just by a few clicks, you can see that there's a draft of Adam's contract here already. So there's actually a watermark here. And the reason for this is Adam has not yet signed the contract. So we just want to protect our IP. And there's always a share button here for you to share with your company's legal team. And once you have reviewed everything, you just need to simply click review contract and it will automatically send Adam an invitation email similar to Sophia. So now I'm actually going to jump into the professional's experience with onboarding. So the only difference with Adam and Sophia is that he actually has an extra license agreement and a privacy agreement that he needs to agree to. So I'm going to say accept for the license agreement, set up his password. And here is a list of action items that he needs to complete when he's doing his onboarding. So first is the privacy policy that I have noted. So due to GDPR, this extra privacy policy is needed for any professionals for them to review and submit. So if Adam actually rejects this privacy policy, it just means that his personal information will not be shared to his company until a later date once he approves of it. And we're going to accept here. And he needs to enter basic facts, so his basic details, so his legal full name. And as he enters through the system, it will automatically be inputted into his contract, his payroll enrollment, and his benefits enrollment. So he actually needs his address in order to be able to enroll. Emergency contact Maria, his spouse. And there's always going to be a review function too. So this is because every information that we require you to input is sensitive and important information. So we will always want you to double check or make any last minute changes. And now we jump on to the next step, which is to confirm his work eligibility. He's an Australian citizen. And here he has to drag and drop his passport and his resume. So there's no emailing required throughout this whole process at all. You just need to basically drag and drop, and everything will be consolidated into one system. So after he confirms his work eligibility, he has to sign the contract. So we actually partner with DocuSign. So once he reads his contract and confirms everything, he actually just needs to sign in the last page here and submit it, and it will be automatically uploaded in the system. And now he needs to provide his direct bank details in order to be able to get paid by his company. So here he enters his banking details, submit. And in Australia, there's actually a few government forms that's required for individuals to fill in. One is the Australian Superannual Form, the other is the Australian Tax File Number Form. We actually have the forms here, so he just simply needs to download it, fill it in, drag and drop, submit, and now he's all set. So the last step for him to do is basically to enroll into his benefits. So travel insurance is mandatory, and he needs to select his medical bundle. So he's going to say yes to his dependent coverage. And he's going to enter Maria, his spouse's name. And now it is the last step, which is the travel insurance. So you can see that it's the same step. You simply download, fill it in, drag and drop, submit, review. And once you review everything, Adam has instant access to his dashboard. He can instantly see his management team or his supervisors. He can request for time off, expense approval, and look at his benefit coverage. So here is our self-servicing onboarding experience from a customer, so Sophia's point of view and a professional's point of view. And it is also the self-service expansion process that we offer through our Globalization Partners platform.
Thank you very much, Vivian. That was indeed comprehensive, and I should say the platform is filled with a lot of features and a strong user experience indeed. Just thank you, Vivian, for the very insightful sharing, and the platform indeed is very comprehensive with a lot of features that are essential for enterprises. Want to understand from you, are you seeing some interesting global trends, and how is Globalization Partners best suited to meet these growing needs of enterprises across the world?
So people, ever since COVID has hit, a lot of companies actually require their employees to work from home. And since people are working from home everywhere in the world, the trend we're seeing is there is actually a hybrid workforce, or, a lot of companies are remote forever. So they are starting to realize that they actually have a global talent pool to hire from. And so our company actually can assist with a lot of these, hiring of, say, an Australian company or a Singaporean company wants to hire a talent in Taiwan or Philippines. We can always assist to help them hire this person as soon as possible. They do not need to actually spend, months to set up an entity in that country, and the talent might not even be there anymore. So we can actually reduce a lot of these risks.
Thank you very much, Vivian. We really look forward to hosting you or the Globalization Partners team in our future sessions too. Thank you very much.